What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Something a little bit different today. We're just cruising on the Nightster. So my wife is out of town. I don't really have the ability to go on a trip on my weekend, unfortunately. So I thought I'd just bring the Nightster out for a change and have some fun on it while I hang out and talk to you guys about the Nightster and really just kind of whatever comes to mind as we're cruising to work. We are live, baby! Rolling on the mighty 90. This thing is just, it's such a fast bike. So light, so nimble. I should ride this bike more, honestly, but I don't know. I have a Dyna that we really haven't got to talk about and go over. I'd like to do a video of that with you guys. And I also have my 23 Road Glide, which right now the exhaust crossover right where it mounts to the transmission case, it keeps pulling out. So the shop's gonna throw a helicoil in there for me and hook me up there. I got a new I got like kind of one of those CVO type fenders going on the rear with a Paul Yaffe thing. Look at those, oil on the ground or something too. With a Paul Yaffe license plate, keep it nice and clean looking. But yeah, so we got that going on. And I've been honestly watching different forums, well not forums, I guess Facebook forums-ish things. And I've been seeing kind of different cool things coming out for the Nightster and really all bikes from Harley Davidson. They got the cool crash bar coming out with the little skateboard wheels on it. There's also like a, it looks almost like a Saddleman seat. I forgot exactly what it's called, but it looks like a Saddleman seat. It fits the Nightster because the Nightster again has that the fuel is underneath the seat, so it has to be kind of like a two-part seat. But that's going to be really nice because this bike, honestly, it, for how small it is and how light it is, it just has so much power. And you feel like when you get on it, it's kind of sketchy when you get on it at like a stoplight or something like that. You just feel like you're going to slide off the back of the seat. I mean, maybe that'll change it up for me a little bit. I would like to get some taller bars or something just to kind of sit more in like just a seated uprighter position. More of an upright position. Uprighter. What am I talking about? And then I have mirrors for my Road Glide. I'd like to get rid of these and put like mirrors on the top, because when I'm cutting through traffic, I freaking hate like worrying about these little mirrors right here. It's so like shitty. You know what I mean? But yeah, so they kind of stick out. It's probably not even really that much, but it just gives me that weird illusion that I'm wider than I am. I feel more comfortable splitting on my Road Glide than I do on this. And maybe that's just because I have more miles under my belt on that bike. But anyway, so yeah, if I could get those kind of perch mount, regular standard Harley mirrors, that'd be cool. A little bit taller bars, wider foot pegs maybe, and a seat. Honestly, this bike I could probably throw down some big miles on. The suspension as is very comfortable. The weight of this bike makes it nice. The way it carries his weight down at the bottom makes it really maneuverable, really fun. So yeah, I'm interested. I've seen a few people online too actually put more of a bigger crash bar. I know I talked about that kind of skateboard wheel style, just single bar crash bar, but I've seen them put like the bigger crash bars and a highway peg. So that just kind of adds into that whole rider triangle, you know, a little bit bigger bars so you can kind of sit up straight, lean back a little bit, put your feet out on longer rides. And that's huge for me. Anytime I'm pushing big miles, I just got to be able to move my body around. That and honestly a backrest. There goes somebody on their phone. Well, this is Utah. This is my little commute to work. I mean, I haven't really even talked too much about what I do. Why I got into motorcycles and wherever else. But I will. I feel like I should do that in future videos. I really want to talk to you guys about the different builds I have, my bikes I have. I think you guys would enjoy that. But honestly, just kind of cruising to work in this video and not really doing anything multiple camera or, you know, nothing crazy. It was kind of inspired by another YouTuber, right? He just got started just like me as well. His name's Two Wheel Trigger. Super nice guy. He's doing a great job on his channel. Go check it out. Seriously, go check it out. He's cruising around out there. I believe it was, I could be wrong, I'm gonna mess it up, but I think he was in Tennessee maybe. Yeah, go check him out. You know, he's always just cruising around. The weather looks nice over there. You know, he's a cool dude. He's got a lot to talk about all the time. And if you have questions about kind of your setup for this whole thing, I feel like he's done a really good job explaining, you know, his and what he did. My setup is kind of, I think, the one that people already phased away from. My setup is just plugging into my GoPro Hero 7 that my buddy gave me, and the door is wide open on the side, so you can plug in the GoPro mic adapter and then the purple Panda, and I stuff that sucker behind the cheek pad. So I get a little bit of clipping sometimes. It's really sensitive mic, so you can hear yourself breathing a lot, which I don't really like. Sounds weird. So yeah, that's all I got set up on here. Nothing special. Oh, hold on, buddy's calling. Hello. Back to the show. So that was Curtis. You guys saw him in the race video. He's planning on going down to St. George, Utah, which is typically a little bit warmer, but going down there you have to go through a few passes. His question to me, because I know you can't hear his side of things, but his question to me was, what's the coldest I would ride to St. George? So what's the coldest I would ride for 4 hours? And I told him 50's kind of pushing it, because to me the hardest part to keep warm is your core and your hands. So I don't know if he has hand guards, but if he does, I think he'll be fine in 40 to 50. But I hate to give somebody bad advice, but at the same time, you know, like, it's weird because this weekend, as long as I have my dogs, I can go grab them 4 hours away, you know. What are friends for? Hop on the truck and go get them. But anyways, yeah, so the Nightster, man, I had, so when I first got this, when I first won this bike, if you didn't see that video, go back. So yes, I did win this Nightster from Harley Davidson. All over purchasing a tour pack for my Road Glide. I never thought that they actually gave the bikes away, so I'm pretty surprised. It's pretty cool, and it's a fun bike. I myself would never even have thought of buying this Nightster. I'm a humongous dude. I'm 6'3", 270 pounds. So I'm a monster on this thing, but it carries me around just fine. And it is quick and fun. I was building my Road Glide to be comfortable for me on long rides, because that's what I like to do. And then I get this, and now I'm like, oh shoot, well, you know, all the buddies are like, dude, you should sell it, get money for this and that. And then I ride it, and I'm like, I kind of love this bike. I don't know what it is. It's just, it's so small. It's so fun. It's like nimble. Not your traditional Harley, you know? I like it. I need to build it. I need to put the parts on it that I want to put on it to where it's comfortable for me. And this is where there's kind of really not exhaust for it yet. I think Shoe Brothers is the only one that makes it. S&S makes like a muffler, but I don't even know if I want to mess around with all that yet. I kind of want to wait till somebody builds something with these dual overhead cams and this Revo Max bike. Oh, somebody's coming up behind me pretty quick. Let's get over my little tiny ass bike. But yeah, but as far as cosmetics, as far as rider triangle and comfort, like I said earlier, that seat, I think it's called a switchback seat. So that seat I really want to get. It's like $300. So whenever I, you know, I'm done with paying for all these upgrades I'm doing on the Road Glide, I'll look into that. I'm wondering if I could put thrashing. I really like the thrashing gauge setup, and I'm wondering if this Speedo would fit the housing that the Lowrider S has. I don't know. We shall see. That's going to be really interesting to do. I mean, if I can get these bars up just a little bit, not too much, and then obviously the seat with a little bit of back support, so when you get on it, you're not falling off of that. And some pegs that aren't so tiny. I could take this thing anywhere like that. The suspension is already really nice. The bike's already fast enough. No, in terms of like power to weight ratio, I saw somewhere online saying it had like 90 horsepower, and then I saw like somebody dynoed it, it was like 70 horsepower. Whatever, dude. 70 horsepower on a bike that only weighs 400 pounds. You're going to be quick on this little thing, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Especially when you get up in the canyons. For me though, like, I mean, grabbing the tank's a little weird. This little fake air cleaner right there kind of gets in the way of squeezing the tank. Not too much, but you can feel it, you know. Look at that 5.0. The closest I've ever had to a flat tire. Oh, that guy has one right now. Man, see, the cops out here in Utah, dude. Wow, I'm seriously impressed. The cops out here in Utah, they're so, like, what you would think a cop would be like as a kid, you know? Pulling over to help somebody out. That person was just standing there with their hands on their hips as the cop was doing it all. Man, that's amazing. It's amazing to see that we still have places like that in this country where the cops will get out of their car and they're not just sitting there to pull people over and give them tickets, you know? And that's outside of their like job description, I feel like, changing tires. But man, it's just so amazing to see. I love kindness, you know? I love it when people help other people. So I was heading to work and I just realized that I'm going to be at work a little bit too early. So now I'm heading over to the bike shop where my Road Glide is chilling at. I kind of want, so those guys have never ridden the Nightster 975 and I want to give them that opportunity to go rip it around for a little bit. We're cruising now. We're in Bountiful, Utah. I don't even know if I'll use this video at all. Super weird to me, just sitting here talking to myself. I'm a dead deer. So one of the funnier things in Utah is going through lights. People will run lights, like 10 cars will run a light. Oh, did this truck get stuck? Oh, you can do it! It's 54 degrees. Welcome to Utah. 54 degrees, 56 degrees, snow. Like, what are we doing? We're pulling up to the shop that I go to. Blakline Speed Shop. I love this place. So this place is more than like just a bike shop, you know? They're like a family. Dude, we ride together. I mean, the first time I met these guys, they're like, hey, pull up. Help me out with my bike. And then they're like, dude, anytime you want to just hang out or whatever, just cruise by, man. He's like, meet some people. You know, you'll get to know people in the motorcycle community. And I held on to that. I did just that. And seriously, I've been having so much fun since then. So these guys are great. They really introduced me to everybody in the community out here in Utah. They're about bringing people together. They've started this camp out here that now all the bike shops are getting into and doing across the board. So that's really cool. Well, I'm gonna get out of this jacket. We'll go inside, go say what up. I gotta go to work here pretty soon. So anyways, it was cool hanging out, and we'll see you on the next one.